Hello, 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 hello. Hello, everyone. Today we're diving into a tool that I believe is a true secret weapon. Is it though? Hold on a minute. Okay, so the core dilemma it says, why do successful well-managed companies so often fail to innovate and get overtaken by newcomers? Now, if you are living on this planet and not under a rock, or you're just an alien that you just come up in here and have no idea what's going on, you'll understand that this is a planet of predators. All right, that's what we're doing. We hunting each other or others. We're killing each other and eat them. That's what we're doing on this planet. So now, maybe not humans between humans necessarily, but in society they will not eat each other, but they will kill each other, don't they? Right. So what is happening basically when you are already established here as a as a well-managed company, clearly you're exposing yourself, right? So the predators lurking in the dark, right, hunt trying to see your mistakes, and they basically what they're trying to do, they trying to capitalize on that, and that's what's happening here, you know. And when you're up there already established, it's not easy for you to just pick up and go, right? You, it's not. That's why it's really important for you to understand one thing is that you never really run out of ideas. Do not worry about that, okay? Because some of you acting like you only have limited ideas in your head, which is ridiculous, right? Or you wouldn't find ideas to work on. Okay, relax. There's plenty ideas to work on. It's about where you're gonna put your money into. Does it really matter? Once you've done that, how what is the lifespan of that product? It's gonna bring profits. Is that worth it? It's gonna help somehow people, or you're just gonna bring another app that is gonna end up on somebody's phone and then that is not gonna use. So obviously at that point, people will try to capitalize on whatever mistakes you've done, and you understand even if you make it big, even if you don't make it big, it doesn't matter. They will always try that. So this guy says there's two types of innovation. So there are two tracks basically: sustaining innovation, which means making good products better for your best customers, faster, stronger, more features, stuff like that. And then the disruptive innovation, which is simple, cheaper, initially works by all metrics, but serving new or overlooked users. And the danger, I would say that incubates incumbents stay on the sustaining track while the future is being built on the disruptive ones. And there are plenty examples like TikTok or stuff like that. That you know they never see it coming. They'll these big guys always stay there, keep it on their own tracks, but then they adopt, isn't it? They adopt their, they buy them off, stuff like that. So now everybody's doing short format reels, and yeah, I guess that's a good example. So I'll say that why great companies stumble. Well, big players, run the numbers and pass. Early disruptive markets look small, margin are thin, their best customers aren't asking for it, so they invest where their return on their investment is clear. and make the right decision, then becomes the wrong outcome. By the time the new market matures, the disruptor owns it. So the startup advantage, I would say that is the startup. You have no legacy revenue to protect. You can serve the users' incumbents, ignore with a product that's good enough for them. You iterate with those users, move up market as the tech improve, and suddenly you're the default choice, while the incumbent is playing catch up. So yeah, I guess the big problem here in this world, bro, is the investors. All right. So the investors always sit on a pile of money, right? Like smoke, king under the mountain, and they're just looking at you as a small guy trying to make a living, whatever, becoming something, putting all that work into it, and like, oh yeah, I like this guy, you know. He reminds me of I don't know what, some nonsense. Always some nonsense. They want the money, bro. They want the money. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, if there's a nice story to it, that's good. Nice people, you're a good human being. That's good. But if they don't get the money, that all that doesn't matter. Okay, so that's the most important thing. And once they put the money in, then they think they can dictate whatever they have a word to say. And the problem is that even if they don't do much to it, right, to the project, they don't work. For them, it doesn't matter, bro. So what they do, because they do have power and influence and all that, they will always try to uh, have it their ways, and that's the problem, right? So most of the times you could be in a situation where you have all these investors on your back, and you probably know what to do. You understand the situation, because they don't understand it because they're not into it like you are, right? They are into money. They're not into understanding the the details of the trade of the business or whatever. And they don't really see everything. So in their head, even if you do tell them, it doesn't translate the right way. And that's the problem. So when you're a small guy, you don't have all those guys on your back. It's easy to take decisions and move around, and adapt to the situation. As nowadays, it's happening with the AI, right? A lot of people didn't adapt it in time, right? And a lot of them, they're still looking like dinosaurs around, walking around like dinosaurs, and they just go into, especially the big companies, they waste a lot of resources on nonsense because they didn't want to adapt. They were stubborn on their old ways. That's what's up. And now they're adapting. They're like, oh, yeah, yeah, it makes sense. Well, hello, good morning. Anyway, so point is that, you don't want to start to build another incumbent, right? But you want to neglect, you want to basically create a disruptor, right? Because these guys are sitting there on the piles of money, and they're expecting things to happen a certain way. And if you play their game, I don't think you're gonna get anywhere because they own the damn game, right? So I guess you either create your own little game, or you just disrupt something in there and get yourself a piece of the pie and make them come to you, right? But yeah, You basically want to create your new game and make them irrelevant in the new game because now you're the one setting up the game, the rules, right? That would be the ideal scenario, right? But you do have to understand that they never really play fair, okay? They have dirty ways and they will always come at you in different ways, mentally, financially, whatever. Okay, they always do that. They always talk down to you, man. Okay, even if they don't show it, they're not showing it straight away. They're not stupid enough to hate you right in front of you. They will do it behind your back. They will close the door for you. The moment they find out some stuff, they will call, make a call, and you will wonder why this happened. Well, obviously because some people see the potential and they sort of try to protect their investments, right? Instead of giving in to the new game, right? They're like, no, I'm sitting on my own game and stuff like that. Yeah. Anyways,